The Fortnite live event has finally been revealed, and there is a ton of storyline Easter eggs I have to explain to you guys. And remember, we always get a couple live event related skins in the shop, so don't miss out on the fact that I give 5 subscribers every single day who drop a like, turn on all notifications, and leave a comment with their epic ID. Big shout out to these viewers of the channel. And remember guys, if you really want to help support my videos, just take 2 seconds to type in Doom in the Fortnite item shop right now. It really means a ton to me. So with the live event finally being confirmed, we're starting to get more and more information on what's going to happen. The codename of the event in the files is Durian, which continues Fortnite's pattern of codenaming every live event after a different fruit. Yes, that is actually a thing, and I had to look up what a durian even is, and apparently they actually call it the king of fruits in Southeast Asia. So they are already hyping this up to be one of the best live events of all time. Optimus Prime has just sent out a new transmission on the radio though, so take a listen.
Those who lived here long ago discovered a secret hidden among the stars. The artifacts they left behind will guide you. You will find everything you need to study the stars hidden throughout the island.
So clearly this is more encouragement to finish building the apparatus, but interestingly enough, after this last update, if you destroy the apparatus, it'll now reveal this weird object. Maybe this is where you insert the kinetic ore to power the apparatus, but regardless, this has to be one of the artifacts that he's talking about. I found it very interesting though that Optimus Prime mentioned a secret hidden among the stars, because back in season 1, Rift Warden Stellan would constantly refer to the stars and said that they would ultimately decide our fate. More importantly, Stellan said he would dream of stars swallowed in darkness and the shapeless man would be waiting. After going back and listening to that, I realized that this sequence of events sounds pretty familiar. Remember in the Collision live event where we were looking at the 0 point and it was changing views of different realities? That seems like exactly what this apparatus is supposed to be able to do based on this artwork on the wall of the temple in Rumble Ruins. So if the apparatus is a telescope we're using to look at the stars, I think we're gonna end up seeing the shapeless man just like Stellan did. And I'm thinking this shapeless man is probably the same person we saw the 0 point focus on during the Collision live event, which we know to be Geno. Geno being the shapeless man is also backed up by the fact that Stellan said he imagined a world of perfect order, and well, Geno is literally the leader of the imagined order. So now it's starting to make sense why the shapeless man was in such a hurry to get the rift gate powered up, and why he didn't care if he split the island in two, because he was trying to release Sloane from underneath the island the whole time. Sloane's loading screen shows that she was good friends with Geno, and not only that, but also that she came in contact with the shapeless man herself. So now I see why if you go up to Sloane as Stellan in game, she'll say, "I know what you are," even if you don't. So after considering all this, I think it's pretty safe to say that we'll see the shapeless man or Geno during the live event. So where exactly does the last reality come into play then? Well, Optimus Prime told us that formidable enemies have taken notice of us, and we know the last reality knows where we are because Triarch Nox came through the gate last season and deleted all of the Peace Syndicate's files on the last reality. There are also a lot of clues to suggest that these ancient ruins were home to the last reality, or at least an earlier version of them. I mean, we know this ancient civilization used kinetic ore to power this apparatus, and the Cube Queen is literally covered in kinetic ore herself. I also recently realized that the new character Era from the Battle Pass has a lot of connections to this ancient civilization as well as the last reality. Her loading screen says, "My ancestors beckon me toward my destiny," and we see that same statue in the background that's in Rumble Ruins right now. Also, her concept art shows this weird shaped object on her hat that we also see in the art in Rumble Ruins. Then I realized her alternate edit style has an upside down triangle on her chest, just like the Cube Queen has an upside down triangle on her face. In addition, Era's Time Swirl spray shows her with cube particles surrounding her. As As a result, I think the secret hidden among the stars that Optimus Prime said these ancient people discovered was actually the 0 point, and that's why Era has a mini 0 point on her belt that she uses to time travel. No one else on the island is really talking about Era right now, so I think she's just flying under the radar while she waits for them to assemble the apparatus. So far, we've been finding kinetic orb prisms on the map and taking them to Trace, and he's just figured out how they fit in the apparatus, but we don't quite know how it works yet. Even though the storyline seems pretty straightforward to me now, there are still a ton of little details I'm hoping we get some answers about. Like, what is this symbol that's on both Trace and Sloane's back? How was Sloane trapped under the island and then magically goes from being a part of the imagined order to this new group that we know nothing about? It's got to be pretty important because we know from the Fortnite concept art that both of them have some sort of sand power. Also, we know Sloane is going to be a main character during the live event because there are already dialogue voice files in the game for the event. A newer leak that was just discovered though is that the UI for the tanks was updated, suggesting that Sloane's tank will become drivable since that is the only tank we've seen this entire chapter. As for Trace, it turns out there is a pretty obscure Easter egg that links him to Serenade. His outfit description says, "Wander no more," and that is exactly what Serenade would say when you went up to her. That connection may seem like a bit of a stretch, but they both have water and psychic abilities as well. What makes it more interesting is that Serenade first showed up on the map at the same time these additional monoliths did, and then this season they both just disappeared. It seems like she may have ties to the last reality herself, or at least the Herald, because she's got that same chrome on her. Since the Herald's tree also disappeared at the same time, I think she may be the one that revives the Herald. That just gives another reason for the last reality to return to the island too. Moving on though, I didn't get the chance to talk about how a volcano plays a part in this whole thing. From all the cosmetics in the battle pass to the 0 point lava file in the game and much more, we've all seen reasons to believe a volcano will erupt on the island. It turns out too that they just added a volcano camera shake file in the last update, so I'm almost confident to say it's pretty much confirmed to happen. Another small little Easter egg that sort of relates to this is that the ice near the jungle is now melting, and well, if we go to Rian's loading screen, we can see the ruins being flooded with water. So I'm not really sure at what point in the story or the live event this is going to happen, but it seems pretty likely. But a pretty funny theory that someone came up with that I doubt is actually true is that the shapeless man slash Geno who we saw in the 0 point is actually the new battle bus character that's going to be coming out in a few months. So yeah, I don't know if in the actual Fortnite storyline if the battle bus is actually a person too, but hey, remember the IO logo was on the platform the battle bus takes off from, so I guess it's not impossible. But yeah, it is pretty funny that his face lines up perfectly with Geno's that we saw in the 0 point. So yeah, this season has been jam-packed with storyline info, like I could keep going on. And while Fortnite themselves have said that they have crazy things planned this autumn and winter, things that we've never had before and we should be excited about. And well, this lines up perfectly with the Durian live event that apparently is going to be the final chapter 4 event, because the event countdown isn't scheduled to begin until November 21st. That is a long time from now, but I think if Fortnite pulls off a awesome live event, we'll all still be super happy. So yeah guys, drop a like if you're hyped or you learned something new, and then definitely check out this video if you missed it.